stuff. It's not like that. And there's not really, you have been eliminated. No, the only elimination happens when the first team gets their 100. Then the race is over. You understand what I'm talking about? So let's say if Mary Ellen and Lisa over there, it's day 3 and they have 95 points. And team here and team there have maybe 80, 90, 62, 50. They're hoping that they have mercy and take their time getting the rest of their challenges done. Yeah, and it's a funny thing. You don't go so fast. It's so funny. Okay, let me keep going. Okay, and this is the best part. I should have made this big. Okay, so it says since there be no elimination of the teams, like the TV reality show, you got to obtain their 100. Okay, so the points for each team is going to be listed on the board. You can list it on the, oh, my thing is falling apart. Okay, you can list it on the board, or you can do, pop it up in the morning on, whatever. And I'll show you an example of what I did. And so this is the best part. Okay, so you want to reach the designated points for each day. As a reminder, this is the best part. When the race begins, you can't ask me any questions. It's so good. Let me tell you how good it is. Because this is not a review game. This is a test game. So that if you've taught it, then they ought to be able to do it. So, Alyssa says, ask me a question, any question about what's on the geometry. Go ahead. A specific question.
Find the area of a trapezoid.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, really? You talking to me? And so then you say what, Vicky?
What is a trapezoid?
No, no, no. Alyssa, you can't ask any questions, remember? And then you go, and I say, okay, thank you. I was wondering, because I didn't think you were asking me a question, because, you don't ask me any questions, but you got to figure out yourself. Can you imagine at your job, every time you got to do something, you go to your principal, Miss Powell, your principal will be like, excuse me? Didn't I come to hire you to do something? Why I got to help string you along? I mean, if you taught it, they shouldn't ask you any questions. Now, you will find stuff that you were weak in teaching when they do the race. It's like, I knew that was going to come up. Because you hear them talking about it like, golly, painful. And then you find ways to kind of help them. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, is this okay so far? Y'all get it? Okay. Okay, am I crazy?
Yep.
So it's you and your team until the end, okay? So I'm like, wish you well. Good luck. Okay. So this is what they get. This is the second part of the expectation. So they get their TAKS. They don't know their TAKS. We do. But isn't that cool that they get to know what we expect them to know? How many of you actually tell them, separate from that thing you have to round the board, I will do this. This is really what we need them to do. And they discuss that. I was like, do you know how to find the question? They start asking the questions. And I'll tell them, you need to check off the stuff that y'all think y'all gonna struggle with. And I'm gonna tell you right now, chapter 8, lesson 2, check it out. And they get busy, independently, because they can't do what? Answer any questions. Oh, y'all, I'm telling you, when you do it, you're gonna just love it. Okay, so the race begins with challenges. Where do these challenges come from? Tax code, step up the tax, which is now Step up the tax. Okay, step up the stars. Stars master, measuring stars, Blinko, Holt, you see. It's those questions that we, oh, I'm sorry, I got my praise and worship music going. Hold on. I was supposed to be playing, you got the moving, but it just, praise and worship. Okay, let's see. Oh, Lord, it's hot in here. Okay, I remember my first year teaching, first year teachers, we're in that book, we're like, okay, do this, and so I was like doing that. But I never could make it to those really hard questions at the end of the chapter. Those are where you get the challenges for the Amazing Race. I didn't even have the confidence to know the kids could, solve all those critical error thinking and all that. But when they're working together cooperatively and they're putting all their brains together, you will be surprised. Don't do the little mealy-mouthy ones. Give them like 2 or 3, easy questions, like I said, on the first day. And then you just ramp it up. Use your imagination, okay? Actual tax release tests are wonderful. But since it's changing to STAR, just, okay. So this is how I would display them. So they can come in, of course, they're running the classroom, they're looking, because when the class period ends, you may not have, because you're the grader, sorry, that's why you can't answer questions, because you're just running around giving them their points. You're running around giving them points, so there's no time for answering questions. Maybe a little clarity, but not answering questions and helping them. And so, if I didn't get all their points done, or some people didn't have me check it by the end of the class, then that was just my homework. But there's only, 6 folders? So I'm just, now we're gonna get the same grade. You see how this is working? Okay, so they end up talking about it. I actually post Amazing Race starts this Friday, or starts not Friday, Monday or Tuesday, to get it hyped. Because if you're not excited about it, you think they're gonna be excited about it? No. So you gotta put on your dancing shoes. Okay, so how do they stay engaged if their team gets done before other teams? Because it's not, I guess you could call that a pit stop, but you give them extensions. You know those mini labs you don't ever have time to do either? In the book? Stuff that extra C. How many C-scope people in here? Me too. Me too. But I use C-scope for Amazing Race. I do. And what is that thing that the spiral review? Those are excellent investigations. Because we don't have time to do those 5 questions. Did everybody have those spiral reviews that they just started last year? So you don't have to make up anything. I'm trying to help you understand that it's not as hard or daunting as it seems. You have everything you need. Yes.
Mary, is there a possibility that each day that a team can get done with their points and accumulate their points long before the period's over?
That just all depends upon how you taught the entire class.
Okay.
And how you prepared the questions. Because if you know your students, like I'm always thinking about the smartest and the lowest when I'm preparing my race. But they can't go they can't get new challenges.
Right.
So that's where the extensions come in. And it's always focused on either stuff that they need to review or stuff that's a little deeper. Because if that's like, Jackie, who's so smart, that's just fun for her. Give me more, give me more. But the other kids are still trying to get their little 15 points. So yeah, so does that help? Okay. Labs from other books, vocabulary, graphic organizers. Can give them prayer models to do. Just give them a whole list of all the words in the unit, and their extension investigation can be made. Y'all know what I mean when I say prayer models? Okay, if you don't, just Google it. I'll use it every day. I call them actually concept connections when I put the words in there. Okay, tax release work that can be counted as mystery extra points. Anything to keep them going. You don't want any dead time. Okay, this can be completed individually for a grade or as a group for extra points. See, that's the cool thing about the Amazing Races. Whatever you come up with, they don't know you just came up with it. And you don't have to call me and ask me. You do it. Just figure, infer. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so how is the race like the reality TV show? Well, they get roadblocks. Roadblocks are, which one? Well, they get roadblocks either one person or one person. And so what I normally do is I say, okay, I'm going to tell y'all the roadblock. I'm looking to see who's the least engaged because you're going to end up getting the roadblock for your team. You better pay attention. You better turn around. So, I mean, they don't want to seem like they're, so that slacker, him and her, all of a sudden their team is looking at them like, if you slow us down. Because what they've been doing is riding off the coattails of, Jackie and them. So I set it up. Remember, I was in sales. I overcome the objection before it comes. I said, I'm looking, I'm wondering. You look like a roadblock participant to me. We need to talk, and I said, you need to talk to your teammate because somebody's going to make a mistake. The detours, you can do that, which is that they get options. That's the differentiation where they get to choose other things that are still TAKS related within whatever you're trying to assess them for. Prizes and incentives. Buena suerte. Good luck. Go find something. 100s, free bathroom pass. I don't let them out. I don't let them out. I don't know about high school, what y'all do, but find some type of incentives to give them. Go to Sam's and get that $7.88 half pint. There's 48 of them, the waters, and keep them cold. And the winners can get, some water they can drink in class. free stuff. That costs you like 27 cents or something, you know, when you divide it all down, unit rate and all that. Okay, so problem solving, teamwork, and then the fast forwards. The fast forwards are like, you have a challenge that they can actually do that's a little harder, but it's like one little thing, but it's kind of hard. And that keeps them from doing something like a whole bunch of problems. And if they can do it, then they fast forward to the next challenge. If they can't, they got to go back and do those other little problems. It's just like the race, okay? And you can just use that stuff like that right off the internet. That's why I took it from my project. I need to probably write them. Okay, what makes it unique? Okay, you got student engagement, immediate feedback, creative ways to learn, STAR TAKS questions, cooperative learning, differentiated learning, and it's student-centered because it can't ask you any questions. And then hands-on activities. Those manipulatives that you wish you could let them work more on, or you maybe started working with them on it and didn't really get through it, but they at least know how to kind of manage it, you want to toss it into a race because somebody actually figured it out even more than you, and, as you have them in the groups. And then fun. It's so fun. Okay, so formative assessment. Like I said, you can find out why they're answering things and working through problems. You hear the mathematical language. You hear outside the problem solving or the lack thereof. I mean, you see how they came up with their stuff, because a lot of times we really don't have time to really look at students' work. But since they're having the race, you've already created it. You know what you're looking for, and you can find these errors quickly and make a mental note or just mark on there. You come up with your own little keys, you put a star, that means this person blah blah blah, whatever. Just whatever you come up with. They were just working on the race. This right here, I used the drop down, and this was a group roadblock. Each of them had, I just went straight out of TaxMaster, made a copy on cardstock, and I gave them a sticky so you wouldn't